Spot on. Oh, that's a good start to the stream, isn't it? Getting that spot on. So only taken us how many weeks?
Oh, too many.
Too many. Anyway, good evening, folks. Welcome to the last live stream before Christmas. The last one.
Only. What is it now? Now, is it 3 sleeps or is it 4 sleeps?
Oh, I don't know. It depends where you are in the world.
Yes, for those in Japan, it's 3 sleeps. For us, it's 4 sleeps till Christmas, till Santa comes our calling.
Well, I think Rocky.
Yeah,
Rocky's going to have a few presents. Rocky hasn't been, as Dave was saying, Rocky hasn't been very well this week, but he's all right now. That's the main thing. He had what he had a deli belly.
Yes, he sprayed.
Yes. We don't know how he got it, but hey ho, but he's all right. I mean, on the day that he was poorly, come his 6:30, he was still demanding stuff, so he weren't that ill.
He never is. He never is. It's very rare that he's ill.
Yeah, he does well. Anyway, here we go again. Funny old week of what you've been watching. It's been crazy. 3,243 views in the last 7 days, which is fantastic. 17 new subscribers. But what you've been watching is none of the stuff I put out last week. Good afternoon, Mick. Is actually what people have been watching. Number 3, Killing Joke album ranking 47. When did I do Killing Joke?
Crikey. Let's come back a bit.
Slade, Studio 56. But the one that was from last week was last week's Battle Royale between Quo and The Who, 81. But I've been putting up quite a few Christmassy shorts this week as it's coming up to Christmas. And the top one already this week, and this is a shock. When a Child is Born, Johnny Mathis, 331 people have watched it.
Killing Joke was August last year, by the way.
God. So the 28 days, 11,607, 63 new subscribers in the last 28 days. So thank you very much for subscribing.
Yes.
Number 3, Status Quo album ranking 165. Number 2, Susie and the Banshees album ranking 170. Killing Joke 199.
I think it's new subscribers going and finding your back catalogue.
No, I reckon so. And of course, the top short again is Johnny Mathis.
Bonsoir, c'est Noël.
So, how many people have watched the channel since I decided to do this madcap thing? It's 259,526, and we've got 1,339 subscribers. We're on the up again. Not much change in the top 3. Derek Riggs is just over 4,001. Slade at 4,299. Status Quo 7,904. And Jean-Michel Jarre is still out in the lead. Well, I haven't been listening to much this week, to be quite honest. I've been doing stuff for next week, so that sort of took precedent. But Dr. Feelgood is now 10 of 17. Roger Daltrey, I've donated 10. Lou Reed, we're chunking through them at 11. Nick Lowe, 10. The Creatures, 5 of 6. And they're saying, why? They only released 4 albums. I've included the EPs. Well, you had to, didn't you? And I've completed Hacken. So that's the thing. So the next important thing.
Sorry, I'm looking at the poll. Currently, we've only had 4 votes, but it's already 3-1 to the order.
Dear me. So, do you want to wait until a few more people are in to do the result, or shall we?
Yeah, well, no, I think we're going to wait because whenever you did your little previews over the last couple of days of what's coming up. Don't forget it's live stream, blah, blah. You've been saying 8:30.
Oh, have I?
Yes. So I'm going to hold off.
No, we better do it at 8:30 then, haven't we? So I think we should go straight into the hatches, the matches, and the dispatches.
All right, let me find hatches, matches, and dispatches. Okay, so dispatches, people we've lost with 12. So on the 13th of December, we hadn't been notified before last live stream. 13th, we lost Travis Dopp, the guitarist with the group Small Brown Bike. The 14th, we lost Georgios Polios, a Greek drummer with the band Tripes. The 15th of December, we lost the great Bob Johnson, British guitarist, singer-songwriter with Steel Eye Span. The 16th of December, we lost four. Colin Burgess, an Australian rock drummer with The Master's Apprentice, and he was the original drummer for AC/DC. We also lost Carlos Lyra, a Brazilian singer and composer. He wrote a song, Maria Ninguém, which translates as Maria Nobody, and it was covered by Cliff Richard, who sang a Spanish language version titled Maria No Mas. We also lost Manny Martinez, an American drummer with the Misfits. And we lost Tim Norell, a Swedish musician and songwriter. He was part of a songwriting trio, Norell, Osun, Bard. The 17th, the death was announced of Mike Maxfield, an English songwriter and guitarist with the Dakotas. And Amp Fiddler passed away, American musician. He played with Enchantment, Parliament, and Funkadelic. He was a composer and record producer as well. The 18th, we lost Ronnie Cara. I think it's Carroll. I'm not 100% certain on the pronunciation. Guitarist with Flaming Youth, but he also worked with Phil Collins, Lulu, Eric Clapton, Gary Brooker, Maggie Bell, and John Otway. We also lost Susanna Parigi, an Italian singer-songwriter and pianist, and Louis Pragasam, a Malaysian jazz fusion drummer. So those are your dispatches. Birthdays today. 33 is Gianluca Buccellati, an American record producer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist. 42 is Linda Thomas. She's a Mexican singer. 50 is Carmen Stavet. She's a German-born Slovenian singer. 52 is Brett Scallions, American singer with Fuel and the X's. 58 today is Gabby Glazer, an American alt-rock guitarist and songwriter with the band Luscious Jackson. 61 today is Christy Forrester, an American musician. She's part of the Forrester Sisters, 4 of them. 63 today is Louis Demetrius Alvanis. He's an English classical pianist. 67 today is Stuart Kimball. He's an American session and touring rock guitarist. He worked with Bob Dylan from 2004 to 2018. And he was in Face to Face from 1979 to 1988. Also 67 today is Leroy Parnell, an American country singer. 68 today is Kazuyuki Sekiguchi, a Japanese musician. 70 today is Andras Schiff. He's a Hungarian-British concert pianist and conductor. 72 today, English singer-songwriter Nick Glider. Now, he has written songs for Bette Midler, Joe Cocker, Pat Benatar, Tony Basil, and in 1984, the band Scandal, who had Patti Smith. They had a US top 10 hit with a song called War. Also 72 today is Midori Takada, a Japanese ambient composer and percussionist. 73 today is Bjorn Falk Nielsen. He's a Norwegian singer-songwriter and folk musician, and he's considered by many Norwegians to be the leading voice of Oslo. He writes a lot of songs about life in Oslo. day-to-day life. 80 today is Albert Lee, English
Hey.
guitarist, best known as Mr. Telecaster, and Iain knows who he has played with. He has played with a lot of people.
Yes, one being Bill Ryman's Rhythm Kings. Because when I saw the Rhythm Kings, he was the guitarist. And what a mighty fine guitarist he was that day.
Yeah.
And Georgie Fane was on the piano.
Oh, you didn't mention that earlier. 81 today is Reinhard May. He's a German singer, as well as Carla Thomas. She's an American soul and R&B singer. She's famous for two songs, Gee Whiz, Look at His Eyes, and another song, Tramp, which she duetted with Otis Redding. And Granddaddy today is Tony Rivers, English singer, best known for singing with the group Tony Rivers and the Castaways and the group Harmony Grass. He also sang on albums by Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel, Roger Daltrey, Shakin' Stevens, and Cliff Richard. And since we came across that little fact, Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel have now been added to the laundry list. Matches today. There's been 6 sort of matches on this day throughout history. 1762, the British explorer Captain James Cook married Elizabeth Batts. In 1947, an actress by the name of Estelle Getty married Arthur Gettleman. And you'll know Estelle Getty if you'd ever seen The Golden Girls. 1989, the explorer mountaineer Edmund Hillary, at the age of 70, married June Mulgrew at half his age. In 2012, we had 2 weddings. McFly drummer Harry Judd married the Scarlet violinist Izzy Johnson, and Ronnie Wood, at 65, married a 34-year-old theatre producer, Sally Humphreys, at the Dorchester Hotel. Very nice place to get married. And 2014, it'll be their anniversary next year. It'll be their 10th anniversary next year of being married. Elton John married David Furnish. So that's your hatches, matches, and dispatches. If I remember correctly, our talking point year is 1972.
Yes, the year I started school. Yeah.
You were a late starter.
Well, I did break my arm. I didn't start school with the rest of them. I broke my arm 3 days before I was due back to start school.
So you had a whole year off. You had at least a year off.
Well, I got to. Well, I sort of. It was a bit of a weird one, but yeah, I started school in 1972.
Oh, right. Oh, God. 72. We were actually coming home from Cyprus. My dad's job had taken us to Cyprus for 3 years, and we were coming home. And we were coming home at a time of the Munich Olympics. But anyway, other things that happened in 72. In February, we had the month-long coal miners' strike, and the government declared a state of emergency. Parliament also voted to join the European Common Market, and Richard Nixon became the first US president to visit China. March, The Godfather premiered, and it went on. Yeah, exactly. And it went on to win Best Picture the following year. In April, the US, the USSR, and 70 other nations agreed to ban biological weapons. Say no more. Look at what's happened over the last few years. In September, American chess grandmaster Bobby Fischer beat Boris Spassky in Reykjavik. It was really big news at the time. I can remember seeing news broadcasts, the 6 o'clock news on the BBC, they cut away, and this is what happened today in Reykjavik. It was all very dark. And in September, a TV series started. It aired for the first time in America and became much loved. MASH with Alan Alda and Loretta Swit. It debuted on CBS in the US. Music-wise, RCA released The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. And a lot of people consider that to have been Bowie's artistic breakthrough. Honky Chateau became Elton John's first #1 album in the US, and it included the hit Rocket Man. And Rod Stewart had his first #1 hit single in the UK with You Wear It Well. In sport, as I said, we had the Munich Olympics. That dominated sports news for 72. Famously, Olga Korbut, she became a media darling. She won gold in the team all-round and then followed it with 2 individual golds and a silver. And Mark Spitz became the first athlete to win 7 gold medals at a single games. Famous birthdays in 1972. The notorious B.I.G. He was born in 72, as was Eminem, as is Jerry Halliwell.
Mrs. Horner.
Exactly. And whenever I went and looking up the entries, it came up Jerry Horner. I know the face, but I didn't recognize the name. It took me a couple of minutes to remember that she had married Mr. Horner. So anyway, that's your hatches, matches, dispatches, and your talking point. And that has successfully wasted about 15 minutes.
Well, I should waste another 5 or 6 minutes.
Bear with me, guys. No, I don't want to save. Close that. There we go. Right. Are you going to do what's on next week?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, it's on stage. And off you go.
Okay, next week. Well, it's a funny old week, not the normal things. So there is something on Christmas Day for you, but I'm not going to sit and do it live. I've already done it. This is part 3 of my top 100 bands artists, and I'll be counting down numbers 50 to 26 on Christmas Day. Well, it'll be up there while I'm in the pub having me lunch. Boxing Day, when I'll be sitting around going, "Whoa, I ate too much yesterday," there'll be the final part where we count down 25 to number 1.
I shall be sitting eating too much because we do our Christmas on Boxing Day.
Wednesday, got a birthday, and it's the only one I'm doing that day. It's for Mick. Now, last year we did his American, so this year we're going to see what was in the top 10 on his day of his birth here in good old UK. And he said USA there. Thursday, we're back to some sort of normality. We've got a Battle Royale, which will be, I think, is tie 13. And it's Simon going with his Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band up against the Sleepy Jackson, which is turn. Personality, one was a spider, one was a bird. And then we've got the top 10 of 28th of December, 1971. Friday, I shall be doing my album review of the year of all the new albums I've reviewed this year, and I'll be picked my top 20 favourites. Not doing anything Saturday, but on New Year's Eve to end the year, as you can see. What are you laughing at, the director?
Yes.
Well, I thought I'd put Rocky's name on it. I'm going to be doing all the gaffes, lots of bad language as well, of what happens when I don't get it right. Or as Dick Emery would say, dead. I think I've done it wrong again. So that's what's happening all next week. So there is something there for everyone. There's loads of shorts going up for Christmas. There's a really funny one going up on New Christmas Eve. Well, I shall say it features the Barren Knights.
Good. You can't have Christmas without the Barren
Knights. So that's what's happening next week. I'm coming back onto the screen now.
Yeah, you're there. Good evening, Stephen. Good evening, Loki. And yes, peaceful few days. Yes, please. Snow. No, thank you. I live on a hill.
Thank you, Loki. That's a very nice message from Loki Tio there. Thank you very much, and a happy Christmas to you from me. I mean, over this year, me and Loki we have a bit of a ding dong now and again, but on the whole, we do get on rather well, and we do communicate off YouTube through our Instagram. So happy Christmas, Loki, and thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated. Good evening, Zeb.
And good evening, Mike. Good evening, Zeb.
So I'm going to. How are we doing? All right. I'm going to do some of the movies of 1972. It was dominated, what ones I've got, by British comedy. But we're going to start off with Conquest.
Hang on.
Going to make me big. We're going to start off with, I think this is the third of the original.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very good. One of my favourite films. We had some carry-on films in 1972. We had two that year. We had Carry On Matron and Carry On Abroad.
Of the two, Matron was by far the funnier.
Yeah, very funny. That's the one where Kenneth Cope dresses up as the nurse, isn't it?
I think that one. And I'm trying the operating theatre.
Yeah, I can't remember. Also, the third of the Pompeii films we've done, and we had one in Rome, up the Chastity Belt, which was medieval, and then up the front.
Oh crikey!
Which is second.
I'd forgotten about that.
That is hilarious.
I'd forgotten all about that.
Planet of the Apes soundtrack ranking. I think that can be arranged. Also, we had the Steptoe and Son movie, the one where Albert Steptoe takes a bath in the sea, which is downright hilarious. We had the second On the Buses films. Now, these were very, very popular over here. They Reg Varney's there's a story that when he was going to see they were queuing for miles to go and see Mutiny on the Buses. It's quite funny. And then the best one of the year in my books. And now for something completely different. From Monty Python. Basically, it was a film of all the sketches.
Right, I've just added Planet of the Apes soundtracks.
Yeah, do something different, won't it? Yeah. I don't mind doing that. I'm a big fan of Planet of the Apes. So that was the films. So yeah, but before we go into the thing, we have had a talking about point about pronunciations. Now, I did mention something, I think, on the Fates Warning video this week. I'm getting a lot of stick for saying words. Now, we all say words differently in different parts of the world. Here in England, UK, there are words like scone or scone. In America, you have zucchinis. We have courgettes. We have aubergines. You have eggplants. Now, I only read what it says. And if I do say it wrong, it's not because I don't care. It's because that's what I just see it is. I've heard like status quo gets called status quo. And it's status quo. But do I get my knickers in a twist? No. I just accept people say things differently. So for those of you that just come on a bash for that, it doesn't where you've got to accept if you're going to criticize about the albums, not how I pronounce things. It's just one of them things. Everyone mispronounce everything.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a habit of there are certain words that, yes, you
Can't
do
say.
use the wrong version.
Yes, but there you go. That's me.
Yeah.
But it's just
Uneducated moron.
yes. It's just one of those things.
You see what happens whenever you miss a year of school?
Anyway, I have to stay. Wise
Yeah,
words.
it's close enough. It's close enough.
Yes. Yes, I like that. That's absolutely brilliant. I've been called worse, Seb. I assure you. Yes.
Anyway, so last week's battle was oh dear, how can I put this? It was a drubbing. Status Quo versus the Who. The live vote was 21-6, and the community vote was 39-10. Overall, 60 votes to 16 in favour of the Who.
Who are you?
Yeah, I know you're a fan of Status Quo.
Oh yeah.
They've had a drubbing twice. They've been well seen off.
Yeah.
So,
but personally, no disrespect, I would have not put in them two albums.
It's currently it's 8-4 to New Order on the live poll.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Gramo. I've got no excuses. I speak the King's English. But there are words. There's just words.
Hang on. You speak the King's Northampton English.
Okay, fair enough.
I speak Northern Irish and a bit of Northampton and a bit of West Country.
Yeah, I mean, I think it doesn't help when you can't get your mouth around words.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember whenever I was at uni, there was a guy on our course who had trouble pronouncing his R's. Lovely chap, absolutely brilliant, a sense of humor, loved his music. You would have got on like a house on fire with him. But whenever it came to pronouncing his R's, he was worse than a certain gentleman.
Oh, Jonathan Ross.
He was worse than Jonathan Ross. He couldn't say wabbit. Anyway, yeah. People see some people have it's not a full dyslexia, but there is some people have a form of blindness with reading words and pronouncing.
I hate reading off words because I think that's my problem. I know what I want to say, but it don't come out the right way, and you can't.
This is it. I suspect you have a mild form of dyslexia, but we know what you mean most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. But I mean as well. I think some of them, like American bands, some of the names.
Oh God, yes.
You know, like Mike Mahaney. How do you pronounce Mike Mahaney or Mahaney?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. It's someone else that has trouble with pronunciations.
Yeah. All the
me.
That happens all the time. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. I can't pronounce your name properly with that because I'm so conscious I want to get it right, and I never get it right.
No, it's fine. It's very complicated. It's funny that you said that. I was in the UK about 2 weeks ago, and I was at Bristol, this Christmas market, and they had a book with all the names that are famous in England, and I was looking for my name in the 400 pages, and it's like nobody knows.
No.
So don't worry.
And
That's
while
all
I
right.
remember it, Joyeux Noël et Bonne Année.
Joyeux Noël et bonne année. Yeah, that's Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes.
I'm all right ordering stuff in food. I can order food
Oh.
in. Whoa!
Yeah,
Good evening, Marius.
La Côte Brasserie.
When I was in Leon, it got me a free bottle of wine.
Oh,
'Cause I
Lyon.
looked at the menu
Yeah.
and I knew exactly what it was, and I just ordered it, gave it, and he says, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, I'm a bit nostalgic because Lyon. I come from Alsace, which is very close to Germany and Switzerland, about 3 hours drive from Lyon. I used to go to Lyon to see my clients back in the day, and it's amazing. This city, a lot of
I love
fancy
it.
restaurant.
If there's one place I want to go back to in France, I mean, I love France. It is Lyon. I mean, it's the capital of European cuisine.
Yeah.
I put in a weekend. I must have put on 3 or 4 pounds.
Just a couple of kilos. So easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's very famous for this little little place. It's called Bouchon, and it's you can go there 8 a.m. in the morning. You get several huge plate with a glass of wine. You pay like nothing. It's homemade. It's
something diverse for people going, "What are these two on?" But when I was in Lyon, you've got the main square, and then you just got this little road to where the big there's like a church, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, Place Bellecour. Yeah.
And then there's a little alleyway. You know, you can get about 2 people up it. You couldn't get to. You had to walk single file. But it goes out into this square, and it's restaurant, and how they price it. They have a set meal. They have the medium. They have the cheap, the medium, and the expensive, and that's how it works out. I was just like, we were just going, where do we go tonight?
Yeah.
Because every menu was different.
Yeah, it was like the time we were at, where the picture is.
Yeah, we're not going to say where the picture is. Oh,
Hi, Mike.
Evening, Mike.
So this is the picture this week. I'll just pop
Hey,
it up.
bonjour, bonsoir.
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 Well, yeah, we could say bonsoir. It's almost 4 p.m. It's
It's 8:30. Anyway, how are you, Mike?
I'm fine.
Jolly
Looking forward to
good.
Christmas. My daughter should be on the train from London now, coming up to see us for Christmas. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's
Cool.
excellent news. We're already
been
here.
cancelled.
Sorry.
We're already
there
here.
we go.
Oh,
There
That's
you go.
We are this week. Where are we?
Hmm.
And Dave can't tell you
Bruges.
because he was standing next to me when I took the photo.
Is it Bruges?
Close, no cigar.
Belgium.
Yes.
Belgium, yeah. Very nice bar up here, by the way, where my arrow's waving.
Is that Antwerpen?
No.
No. Bruges, Bruggen, or
No. Think bigger.
Brussels.
Yes.
Yeah. And not that.
In French.
There's
Grand Place.
There's that little man, the PP man.
Oh, Mankin Peace. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a bar next to that. And Dave and I went in there for a couple and ended up getting so drunk we staggered out.
Oh, that's the bar with 1,000 beer choice something.
Yeah, and the fat chef outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All these different flavored beers. I think we must have gone through the whole of the top shelf.
Yeah, and then from where we were there taking the photograph, to the left was the alleyway with Moule et Frites all the way up.
Brilliant. Great place to visit if you want somewhere to go for a weekend. Go to Brussels.
Yeah,
Yes.
really. And people are much more friendly than French people. Said
Oh yes.
no.
Oh yes.
That's good coming from a Frenchman.
No, it's I'm saying that I'm French from France, but I'm saying people from Belgium, French speaking part, are absolutely friendly. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a lovely place.
Yeah.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
We've been a cup. I've been twice. We've been twice. It's about time we went again, you know. But that's another story. Anyway, I'm going to kick off the album showing. I'm getting good at this, Mike. I'm now proper VC, aren't I?
You are, yeah. I can't believe that. I was beginning to think you didn't have any records, Ian.
I've got loads. So 1972. Who do you think I'm going to start off with?
It's got to be Quo.
Oh, you're right. Of course, it's Pile Driver. There's been a big fat mama for you, and Roadhouse Blues, Paper Plane, Heads Down, No Nonsense, Boogie Shuffle. I love the back of that as well. The gorilla type in the bomb. Great album. My second one going to be, of course, it's going to be a Genesis album, isn't it? Of course.
Foxtrot
A
with
little bit
Suppers
of
Ready.
absolutely dynamite album. One of the best albums. It's got my favourite track ever on that.
Suppers Ready,
Supper's Ready.
of course.
Of course.
Evening Pulsar. That's all right.
Also, as Dave mentioned in his little things, we have a little bit of David Bowie.
Ziggy.
I prefer the back cover though.
I don't know.
I
The
think I
front
do as
is
well.
the front is so iconic outside.
Oh, hello, look at me.
Yeah. Was the cover done Hamburg or Berlin? I think it was Hamburg.
I'm not quite sure, but it's German, is it? It's
No, it's in London. Is
it?
Yeah.
It's in London. Yeah.
Yeah. I was reading something quite recently about sort of famous sort of musical locations in London, and that was one of them. And for the life of me, I can't remember exactly where it is.
So I have to look that up.
Okay, what else we have? Well, we had two albums from another great rock band. Of course, we've got Machine Head, which has got the brilliant Highway Star and dan 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 dan. It's also got Space Trucking on, which is a brilliant. But that wasn't the only thing they brought out that year. That came out in March, and in December, one of the finest live albums ever for rock music. The brilliant Made in Japan, which has got the best version of Child in Time on it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I agree.
He's brilliant on that. Ian Pace is just absolutely killer. And another live album, a very iconic album. And if those of you have watched Stevie's vinyl cupboard when he went to that record fair and he had the limited version of Slade Alive, I've got that not very common one, you know, the one that opens out with the great cartoon in the middle.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it?
That's a great album. I mean, the picture of Don and Dave is brilliant on there. This is one of the all-time great live albums, and it's just a shame that it's only a single live album. But boy, is this good! And this is an original. You can tell it's been through the wars. But it's, of course, it's on the famous Polydor label.
Beautiful.
It is. And I'll tell you what, I've got loads of versions of this now. I've got the remix on that box set, but this, you can't beat this. And do you know what? When I get the record player, guess what's going on? A little bit of Hear Me Calling. Okay, Pulsar. Well done, sir.
Yeah, they are. I knew it was London.
Yes, you did come in at the right time, Record Hound. A bit of deep bubble. That's me. I've finished. I've got nothing else to show.
Righty-ho.
No, let's see the French stuff next.
Sure. Okay.
I've got to rearrange mine because Ian showed a couple that I was going to show.
Yeah, I included a few
Yeah.
French stuff, but I got quite a.
Yeah, but yours is French, man. Right, let's make you big.
Yeah, I think it's got
yeah.
more French. Yeah. First of all, I already showed last week the first album, which has spooky cover. This is Dust. This is a hard rock, creepiest band. I think the bassist player Kerry Aronson. He was named the best player of the year by Rolling Stones in '88. But this is a 72 album. I'm very lucky. I found original U.S. press. Mark Bell, the drummer, he joined the Ramones a couple of years later. So this is Dust. A band already loves, especially for Christmas. Slade. This is a U.S. press I got. Here we go. This is a French music. This is not French. This is from Brittany. This is a very important concert they've done in Olympia, which is a very famous venue in France. By the time after all that happens in '68 in France, people were rediscovering their identity. So Alan Stivell, he's a very famous Brittany player, and they made this concert in Paris, and people were crazy because it's a place like maybe Cornwall or a Gaelic with very strong identity in France, Brittany, and all the people rediscover that art. So this is Alan Stivell. Another French band, Triangle or Triangle in English. This is 1972. Yeah, this is a prog rock from France. Really like the text. Jean-Michel Jarre gave help with he played some part of keyboard just at the very beginning of his career, years before Oxygen and all that stuff. And it's if you like folk or prog, early '70s. Mike, I recommend you to try.
Looks like my sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
And this is a live album. I think they already broke up when they released that album. This is Mountain, Felix Pappalardi album with the Nantucket Sled Ride and all that stuff. I think they didn't appear in the movie Woodstock, as I told last week, for contract issues, but they took some part. They played in Woodstock, and they put it on this record. Canadian artist. This is Harvest, Neil Young, one of these famous album with a Heart of Gold, amongst other. Of course, this is 1999. I'm 13 years old, and this is one of the biggest slam I got in my face. I discovered that band, and with all that incredible riff, I had a chance. I was in a concert in 2012 in France, and very important band when I was young. This is a Japanese press of Made in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I was very, very lucky. I found that copy last year in Vermont. Didn't pay that much, and it's actually the one you showed, Ian. But this is released on the Warner.
Wow, because
Japanese press, Japanese version of Made in Japan. It's called Deep Purple Live in Japan. I wasn't sure, so I just Googled and just jumped on that occasion. This is an album recorded in France, Obscure by Clouds.
That is a very underrated Pink Floyd album.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They made between two sessions of The Dark Side, I guess. They first and a tour in Japan. They were extremely busy, and they managed to do Obscure by Clouds, which is not bad.
Sorry to interrupt. I think he gets forgotten about because it's slam bam between Metal and Dark Side of the Moon, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Of course, Foxtrot. This is for you, Stevie. If you
so when you get we did him last week, we're doing him this week as well.
Yeah. Close to the Edge. Final album with Bill Bruford. He wanted to go a little bit more jazz, so he left the band right after the record session of Close to the Edge, which is funny because on Relayer they are more jazz fusion than ever. But I listened to that one yesterday, and it's still one of my favorite prog albums of all time. Some prog rock from Italy. This is PFM.
Yeah.
Storia di un minuto. This is their first album. They also made a second one called Per un amico, and this is absolutely brilliant. They sing in Italian, but it's the Italian press original.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
PFM are always best when they sing in Italian, I think.
Yeah, I found that when I've been listening to. When I'm doing whenever we get round to Naomi, and she told you cannot listen to the English version.
No,
you've got to listen to the Italian.
But these were their chance because Greg Lake discovered them, and they got a chance to sign on the Manticore. So I think this is the only prog album they made. Wishbone Ash, Argus.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of a concept album, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Is that? I would say something very stupid. Is that Canterbury scene? Or no, not really.
Oh yes.
Wishbone Ash, I don't.
They were not like Soft Machine or Caravan. They were.
No.
It's more bluesy space rock as well, isn't it, Mike?
That's right. I mean, they're one of those bands that every album was different from the last. Different styles.
Yeah.
But Argus is their best as far as I'm concerned. Oh, and that's a brilliant album.
Yeah, Octopus. Not because of that, because it's Octopus. It's 8 piece of music, and I really like. It's not like 20 minutes long song. It's like a radio friendly format. Not the very original. Vertigo. This is the second press,
but it's still a great album at the end.
Still
of the day.
Still a great. Probably one of my favorite with Acquiring the Taste. And last but not least for today, this is Emerson, Lake and Palmer trilogy. The one they made right after Tarkus and Brain Salad Surgery. I just found a copy in the UK about last month. And I find it quite solid. Solid, yeah. Not my favorite, but it's on the Island label. So what a great year for prog music, 1972.
Great music in 72.
Yeah. This is it. Thank you.
No problem.
Brilliant.
Yeah, before you show, Mike, I've got mine on the boring.
That iconic label. Yeah.
Yeah. This is, what album is this? Oh, this has got, I mean, that side is just Highway Star and Child in Time. I'm surprised it's still in that good nick because I've always played this. And again, I'm looking forward to playing these albums again on a decent system because you can put them on disc and clean them up, but this is just going to have that original atmosphere of this recording. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, have you done a reshuffle of your albums, Mike?
I have, yes, I have. So I'm ready. So yes, I knew someone would show that, so that can go away. I didn't even bother to get Foxtrot out because I knew it would be there. So of course, Iain, you showed that, and then I thought that's okay. I showed the other one. But there you go.
Yeah, but they're still great albums, aren't they?
They are great albums, and and again, this is a gatefold with the cartoon in it.
Who has got the limited edition? Us with the proper versions, or the $3.99 from our price?
Right. Okay, here we go then. They are After the Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs no introduction, does it?
It's a weird.
Absolutely brilliant album. I mean, those pair of albums. I mean, Harvest and After the Gold Rush. They're the two albums that most people know for Neil Young, aren't they? Right now, here, see if I can get a bit of mispronunciation in. Can. Egabamyase, is it?
My thing would be Edge Bam Yast Orchestra.
Yeah, it's anybody's guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there you go, and some opera there. Yeah. This is a great bit of krautrock. It's not their best album, but it's an album from 1972, and I love a bit of krautrock. Now, Michael showed the debut from these guys last week and said it was the only album that he liked from them. This is Little Feat, and this is their 1972 album, Sailing Shoes, which I think is a really good album. So there you go.
They had that before they added people to the band, wasn't it? After that, on
I believe so. Yeah.
Dixie
I've only fairly recently got into Little Feat. You know, a friend of mine has been going on about them for years, and I'd sort of, you know, I saw a couple at a record fair a few months back and thought, yeah, I might as well get them. Now this is an interesting one. Osibisa and Heads, a band from London. They're sort of Afrobeat, Afro rock, a bit of high life. They're all originally sort of from West Africa, and you know, this is feel good music. It's really great sort of music to dance to. That's Osibisa and Heads.
Sorry,
yeah, a bit of Uriah Heep.
Oh, what a
yeah, that's again an album that most people know. And then Johnny Winter's brother, Edgar Winter Group. They only come out at night, and this has got their phenomenal Frankenstein on it. It was the reason I bought it in the first place. And there you go. That's Edgar Winter, and then Rick Wakeman, Six Wives of Henry VIII.
Oh, great album.
You know, I believe this is. There he is with all his keyboards. This is the album that I think is Wakeman's best by a long way. And I've got some singles as well, because back in 1972, you know, I was buying a lot of singles, and there are some bands that kind of led themselves to, you know, singles were in the singles chart, and then of course there's the prog bands that weren't. So I just show just a few singles. So this one, Argent, Hold Your Head Up.
Oh, brilliant song.
Yeah. So you know, Ross Ballard and Rod Argent, and yeah, I mean that. I think it was in the same year that they did God Gave Rock and Roll to You. You know, the song that was absolutely massacred by Kiss.
Yes.
And for some reason, the Kiss version is more famous. Yeah. A bit of David Bowie. There you go. And this is John, I'm Only Dancing. In 1972, that's a non-album track. Now then. 3 from Paul McCartney. So, first off, we've got Give Ireland Back to the Irish. And that was banned by the BBC. So, next off, we have Hi, Hi, Hi and Sea Moon on the other side. And again, Hi, Hi, Hi was banned by the BBC. So what was McCartney's response to having two singles banned?
Put out another one.
He put out another record.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wildlife.
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah.
He thought, you can't ban that. So that's that. And then just a couple to go. And these are the first 3 singles on the T-Rex label. So T-Rex Metal Guru, which is catalogue number Mark 1. Then you got Mark 2, which is Children of the Revolution. And then the third one, all in 1972, you got Solid Gold, Easy Action, and the B-side is Born to Boogie. And then finally a bit of Wizard, because it's not the one scrolling on the bottom, not the Christmas one. This is Ballpark Incident, which I think was their first hit single. So that's it from me, folks. Cheers.
Really cool.
Yeah, I think everyone got the lyrics across the bottom today. Well, it had to be a Christmassy one, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Dave's having issues with his internet at the moment. So we need some more people up to.
Where's Michael?
Michael's not here yet. I know.
Where is Michael?
Simon might be joining us. No, I have spoken to Simon. He hasn't been on for the last few weeks because he's been working. So he's very busy at this time of year, and he's just absolutely shattered. But he is at Butlins tonight, and he said if he gets time, he will come up.
Oh, good.
But we have got. It's not.
Hey!
Good evening.
All right.
Good evening. Good evening, Nick.
Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a new phone with a camera, so I'm not sure if everything's working properly on it.
It's a good picture, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, very sharp.
Yeah, the camera on this one's a bit better. Well, the last phone I had it about 5 years. And the camera on this one's a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to adjust it so it stays upright. I've got some records as well, 1972.
Oh, excellent. New camera, records. You're back in
couple of albums and some 7-inch singles.
Oh, excellent. So I'll make you big when you've got your... We'll let him get himself sorted anyway. Talking to that caption you put up, Nick, I've almost done the T-shirts. All I want is a decent picture of you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Because what I've decided to do, I'm going to put this T-shirt on Redbubble in the new year. And we're going to... The channel, we're going to raise some money for charity. And the charity that I've chosen is a local one here in Northamptonshire. And they do like music therapy for people with disabilities. So every penny we make from selling these T-shirts will go to the charity. Now, the reason it's going to that charity, it was the charity that my friend Gary said people to donate to when he died. He sorted it out. So that's what we're going to do. It's in honor of Gary, one of our subscribers who we lost this year. And I think talking to friends of mine, they love the idea of the Nick and about Captain Beefheart. So you're gonna have to find me a decent picture of you so I can put you on a T-shirt, Nick.
Oh, wow.
Or can I just take one from one of your, just do a screenshot from one of your videos?
What sort of a picture do you want? A serious one? What do you want, a headshot?
I'm going to put you, and then I'm going to do a bubble with "It's a bloody trout, not an effing carp." with the Captain Beefheart. I want you and Captain the Trout mask on the cover, and I'm going to do it as a T-shirt for things. So when that announced, I want everyone that's subscribed to go buy a T-shirt.
Yeah,
and we're all going to sit and wear one on a live stream.
Yeah, I can't think of any other place I'd want to wear it, but
no, but it's all for a good. Yeah, it's all for a good cause, isn't it?
You can wear it around your local Waitrose in Leeds.
And I tell you what, Nick, in the summer,
Oh,
me
yeah.
and you are going to do a live stream from Billing Aquadrome.
Oh, yeah. You should.
You keep mentioning it. I think me and you are going to have to do a live stream from Billing Aquadrome in the summer.
Well, they've got a pub there, haven't they, and a chip shop.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do live.
And
So it's,
there's a sewage plant across the road as well.
yeah, we can show all that. You see.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
well, if we don't do that, we'll make a video of Ian and Nick at Billing Aquadrome.
Yeah, crikey. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some things from 2024. Anyway, are you ready to show you?
In a minute, can I do this first?
You can. I'll make you big.
Yeah, last week I showed that. Well, put it in a video. I did a video months ago and totally forgot all about it. And showed that CD. I received that in the post, didn't I, Mike?
You did, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's right. I mean, I was thinking, I dug them out from the back of the cupboard. They've been there for years. And I thought, well, you mentioned it. So you'll probably give it a bit more love than I did.
Yes, now I had volume 1. Now I've got volume 2. Thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Yeah.
And
So the first track on there is really good.
There's some cracking stuff on there. You got Damned, New Rose, Lena Lovitch, Theatre of Hate, of course. I've not heard of them for donkey's years. Kirsty McCall, Reckless Eric. Whatever happened to him? Temple Tudor, Rachel Sweet. Name rings a bell, but I can't quite bring it to mind. The members are on here: Nick Lowe and good old British psychobilly King Kurt.
Yeah.
Oh, the King Kurt on a Thursday night.
Yeah. Destination Zululand. Brilliant. I saw them for about 3 minutes at a scooter rally at the Isle of Wight. They were known at their gigs for throwing stuff into the audience, and the audience would throw it back, and there was slop and goodness knows what. But all there was at the by the stage at the Isle of Wight scooter rally was clods of mud, beer bottles, cans, and it just got a bit too dangerous, and they called it off. So yeah, saw them all for about 2 or 3. They came on and did a song called you'll like this, Ian. They came on and did a song called F Off Status Quo.
Oh, charming band.
Yeah. They came on with all the long hair, wigs and all that, and started giving it the rocking and the head banging, and they were singing that, yeah. And then it just got too feisty, and off they went. And they just drove around the campsite in the transit van selling merchandise. But yeah, brilliant. So yeah, thank you again, Mike. Thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Yeah, I shall hopefully get to play. I haven't played it yet. I should be playing it tomorrow. Yeah, 1972. Are you ready?
I am ready.
We are.
I've got 2 albums, and I pulled 3 7-inch singles out. I could have pulled out a lot more albums, but a lot of it's buried, and I really couldn't be bothered, if the truth be told. But yeah, 1972 on the greatest reggae label of them all.
Danny Livingston, legend.
Yeah. He's known really for 2 singles. What's the most famous of the 2?
Ooh. I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. The Specials covered it.
Touch Too Much?
No. Rudy, A Message to You.
Oh, message to you.
Yeah. The other one is best known for is Suzanne Beware the Devil.
Oh yes, I know that. I think I've got that on the compilation somewhere.
No, it was by him. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, the cover on this is pretty beat up, but the vinyl's in good nick, and I got that for, I think it was about £5 at the record fair. Yeah, on the Trojan label, greatest reggae label of them all. This one, it's another one on the Trojan label. Nicky Thomas, Tell It Like It Is, 1972, on the Trojan. His best known tune is was also covered. Any ideas which one?
Yesterday Man.
Sorry?
Yesterday Man's been covered by somebody.
It was covered in the 80s by a male vocalist.
Ooh.
Paul Young.
Paul Young.
Love of the Common People.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Two artists on the Trojan label. Both had songs by them covered. And finally, 1972, Scottish band, I believe they were. I don't know if I never know how to hold these up.
Chicory Chick, son of my father.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
I remember seeing it. You remember Mark Lamar and all them? Never mind the Buzzcocks.
Yeah, it's a great song. Love that one, Nick. Great.
Yeah,
song.
they had this on that Never Mind the Buzzcocks, and I'd never heard it before, and good catchy tune. I thought, yeah, I'll get hold of that, and lo and behold, I did. Chicory Tips and my father. Like I say, I believe they were Scottish. I'm surprised nobody should mention this.
Oh yes.
Virginia Plain, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roxy Music.
Yeah, I did Brian Eno today as my producer as well. There you go.
I'm not mad on Roxy Music. I like the odd. I've got Pajama Rama by them on 7-inch single. Brian Ferry did a brilliant cover of the In Crowd. I've got that on 7-inch single. But yeah, Virginia Plain. And this one is an absolute belter. They're a Coventry band.
Mouldy old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, isn't it? They recorded it in the front lounge, didn't they? That song.
I don't know. All I know is they're from Coventry.
Yeah.
And the old lady on the piano is the mother of the leader of the band.
Yeah, and she.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I think they recorded it in the Mouldy Old Dogs, recorded in their front room.
I honestly didn't know that. I'll have to look that up. But yeah,
something like that. She absolutely brilliant record. She became on. She was a legend.
Yeah, she became sort of more famous than the band itself, I think.
Yeah,
but
I think they had one other single, didn't they? Was it Billy Don't Be a Hero? Was that their other single?
No, that was Paper Lace.
That was Paper Lace. So it's probably their only single.
There were other songs they did.
Billy Don't Be a Hero. Was that their other single?
No, that was Paper Lace.
That was Paper Lace. It's probably.
Hello, we got the Gremlins in.
Not me, is it? I heard when you were talking just then, I heard a bit of repetition.
Yeah, I can't remember who the other mold Lieutenant Pigeon stuff is, but they have There's a great clip of them doing Mouldy Old Dough on Top of the Pops. I think it was Christmas '72. Because the mum, she's got this huge hat on and covered in glitter, and she's blinking away on the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of these sort of novelty bands, weren't there, around about that time?
Yeah, there's lots. So while that's been all going on, in the background, Martin's joined us. Good evening, Martin. Doing his impression
Good
of
evening.
Blofeld.
Yes, happy Christmas, everybody.
Happy Christmas.
Doing his Blofeld impressions. How are you then, Martin? What have you been up to?
How you all
Anything
doing?
good?
All right.
Yeah, good.
What have I been up to? Is it working? Okay.
Yes, you're working. Yeah, you look fine, mate. You sound good.
You.
Yeah. Apparently, Lieutenant Pigeon was an offshoot of Stavely Makepeace, according to Record Hound.
Oh, okay.
And
All
Dave's just come up with another one. Yeah, Desperate Dan, 1970.
Yeah.
What
That's it.
have I been up
Yeah,
to?
well done.
Yeah. So what have you been up
The
to,
song.
Martin?
Sorry.
So you
It's all right. Well, I've been working a lot this week and working tomorrow, and my wife's gone away for 2 weeks to see her family. So I'm sort of a little bit home alone in a way. You know, I'm on the old pizzas, microwave pizzas, and last night had a microwave kebab sort of thing. And what have I been up to? Not a huge amount, record wise. I don't think.
No, I haven't.
Not a huge amount. Been watching a few. Been a bit disappointed on the uptake of my Chris in America. Chris at Record Talk. Is it Chris at Record? He says Record.
Yeah, Chris at Record. Yeah, he comes in now and again in here.
No, you've all gone again. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure. Actually, there is one thing I suppose, which is, well, someone in the room will know about this. But now I drive a van, I get to listen to the radio while I'm at work, in between, when I'm driving and stuff. So Nick, I've got my radio on in there with you. Been listening to quite a bit of Six music, I suppose, and if it's a traffic jam or something stressful, then I'll put something classical on, Classic FM or Radio 3. So yeah, a bit of music in the vans. It's exposed to some new music and old stuff. And Mary Ann Hobbs is very boring.
Hi, Susie.
Hello, folks.
The golden oldie radio station I used to listen to, I think it's gone digital. So I haven't heard it for a long, long time.
Sign of the times, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just for you, Stevie.
Listen, I left it long
radio.
enough because I felt confident that all the Genesis would be out of the way and there'd be no more talk of Foxtrot from now on. Okay.
No, I'll promise you that'll be the last time. Oh no, Ramon's come up with it.
Okay, I saw Michael wasn't on, so I thought I'd take a chance.
Yes. Anyway, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Was I interrupting Martin there? Were you carrying on, Martin?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right. Okay.
No. You intercede. You interject. Go ahead.
I've got 190. I mean, thank you for everybody for the preamble. There was only really one record of 1972 that was of any real importance. I'll give you the clue. Can I play a little bit of something? I don't think it's copyrighted. I'll give you a clue. Okay.
Whoever recites these prayers will be held
got it yet?
because of my participation now. So when anyone repeats the prayer, I'm there with them. My presence is there.
So this is of course Who Came First, the couple of the songs off the defunct Lifehouse, and very influenced. He goes all Meher Baba on us, which is the Indian spiritual guru or religious avatar of the age. So there's my thumbnail there. It looks it's like, so that's it. That's my 1972 that I've covered. I've got a few others, but people have already shown those anyway. So that's my 1972. Pete Townsend, Who Came First. Thank you.
Yes, that's no problem. See, did you notice we all showed our not so limited edition Slade Alive without the $3.99 hour price on?
Yeah. I saw that. I thought you'd show that. I thought, do you know what? I've got a funny anecdote. Which the names in the band? The guy with the that had the top hat. What was his name? Give me some names.
Older.
No, sorry, the other one.
Dave Hill.
Dave, yeah.
I think it
Fred
was
Astaire?
Dave. Yeah, Dave Hill. Right. I actually met Dave Hill.
Ian Kelly.
No, Dave Hill. He like a real Brummy accent, and this was down in Studland in Dorset. No, not Studland. On the other side of the ferry, where all the expensive houses are, right? And there's a hotel there. I think it's called the Harbour Heights Hotel. And I just parked up. So I went in reception because I was doing something else somewhere else. I said, "Oh, do you mind if I just leave, park there for 10 minutes in the car park?" And Dave Hill from Slade was at reception. And do you know what he was doing? He was complaining that somebody had parked in his car parking space.
Was that been you?
No, it wasn't me, but somebody else. He's like, well, you better get it out right away because they're not supposed to park there. You bloody well know that, And I was like, "Oh, hi, did you used to be in Slade?" I was talking about the car, so he was having a right old row with reception about a car. So that's my claim to fame for this week.
Well, that's funny. You've met Dave Hill. I've met Noddy Holder. Has anyone met in the gallery have met Don Powell or Jim Lee?
Wow.
And
I've met Dairy Lee.
Yeah, funny I was talking to my mate Lee, and all the sort of glam rock bands that we grew up on, Slade are the only ones, the original 4 members are alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's only Andy Scott left of the Sweet. It's everywhere. I mean, I know Les Gray from Mud's died, but I don't know if the others have. There's not many left at all.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Anyway, Stevie, now you're here. I just dragged this album out. This is 1972.
I can't see it. What is that?
But I thought you'd know.
No.
This is Whistle Rhymes. It's John Entwistle.
Oh, yes. Very well.
Yeah.
That's quite difficult to get hold of, I think, isn't it? Do you know what?
I'd imagine so. I mean,
I've never seen that.
It's not a great album, to tell you the truth, but quite a nice cover, though.
That's a great cover. Yeah. No, I've never ever seen that in the wild.
Yeah. All right.
What is that for?
There you go.
What is that for a genre? Is that prog? Is that folk? Is that?
It's kind of standard sort of rock music, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a blues band, hasn't he? Well, he did have. I would say John Entwistle. Didn't he have some sort of blues band?
I'm not sure.
Yes, he was a unique. I mean, his songs were always a bit out there, weren't they? Clever, but out there. But I love Boris the Spider. I just love that.
Yeah.
Would make the classic top 10 Who songs, but in my books, it's definitely top 20 with Who song.
Yeah, it just makes you smile, doesn't it?
Yes, but he was a great bass player.
Oh, excellent, yeah.
Anyway, folks, what do you think of this week's Battle Royale, Prince and New Order?
No contest, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think the innovation of New Order wins it. In actually,
different, aren't
I can't imagine that. Why nobody nominated Power, Corruption, and Lies.
which I think's a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's an absolute classic. I know Technique is highly thought of, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think they lost their way a bit around about that time. It's a fine album, but I prefer the early stuff.
Well, the early stuff was more
the
New Order.
Second and third albums.
Yeah, that was them being influenced by more by the dance clubs and
Yeah,
sort of techno-y type things.
yeah. I mean, wasn't it recorded in Ibiza or somewhere?
Yeah. And
yeah, they recorded. It's got the Ibiza sound.
Yeah.
Have you read Hookie's book, his autobiography? He actually talks about his struggles with cocaine and drugs, and he says that just after they did Technique, right, he was high and walked in the park. He heard this fantastic music. Somebody was playing it on a big tape boombox in the park. He went up to him and said, "That's fantastic. What is it?" And he said, "That's yours, Hookie. It's Technique." It's yours.
He must have been totally out of it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I think I said that on the video today that the Technique, it turned that horror. I mean, I hate that sort of dance Ibiza sound. I think it's horrible, but they took it and made it classy and added rhythm to it and made it more melodic.
Yeah.
It is a great album. It's not my favorite of the New Order.
No, I mean, I think if you're talking about, sort of like the dance influence stuff, I think Republic is a better album.
Yeah,
I think you're right, Mike. I think it because he just again it just took it to another level, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about what is?
It's all right. I think
Is Blue Monday on an album?
No, it's not.
Is Blue Monday on an album?
No.
Lots of technical problems with people tonight. Dave's having technical.
I didn't know that.
I think we've got a bit of a delay with you, Martin. I think
there's a bit of it sounds like he's
I think sit here and just be quiet, I suppose.
Yeah.
We got an interesting one next week. We got the Sleepy Jackson, and I'm going to be quite honest here. I'd never heard of the Sleepy Jackson. Has anyone else heard of the Sleepy Jackson?
No. It's a pity. It's a pity they're up against Sergeant Pepper's.
Yeah. Yes, I think that might be
that might be a good one to put money on. I think.
Yeah.
Someone's already said that we could have an All Who final.
Well, it should be anyway, shouldn't it? Whatever the configuration.
Well, no, but
If they go to the next round, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we haven't had a local derby yet, have we?
No, that would be a proper local derby, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
As long as the bloody Beatles don't win, I ain't bothered.
I know.
You see that?
Yeah. I mean, your one is it Ian Jury you've got, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're up against you're up against Never Mind the Buzzcocks, aren't you? Never Mind the Bollocks, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it?
Well, I think so. I know which way my vote's going. and it's not with the Sex Pistols.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, when round one's finished, there's going to be a week where there's no battle, so that's when Dave and I are going to review the first round, and we're going to tell you who we would have voted for if we were taking part.
Well, you know why Quo didn't win, didn't you?
Because they're bad albums.
Because the guy that nominated him didn't come on to defend them. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But
The mysterious Dark Lord, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy in the shadows.
I would have put in, if I would have entered my own competition, would have been that one. And probably the Quo album. Far better albums. But there you go. We all can't like the same things.
Exactly.
Like apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about with Simple Minds. Apparently, when I drank these, I tootle around with my Hoover, listening to them. Yeah,
That's the best way to listen to Simple Minds, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Umpires and Sons or something. Apparently, it's the everyone says it's their best album, and it says, yeah, maybe their best album. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No, but I mean, for me, Simple Minds had some pretty good sort of early singles, and after that, just can't take them on. You know, they're not my favourite band by any means.
I mean, Ian, I'm still working up the courage to listen to your Susie and the Banshees ranking. Haven't.
Yeah, he got it just about right, you know.
Well, I scrolled through
impressed.
it. I scrolled through, and I thought, if Through the Looking Glass is anywhere mid-table, I don't think I can cope with this right now. So,
Yeah,
so I haven't done it yet.
And-
Put it up. I'll do it in the new year.
Yeah, and also Ian got the best Beatles cover right as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
You didn't I?
You did. You did. I was hoping you'd go for that one, and you did.
Yes. Just to I know Michael liked this, but soon the Creature. I'm going to be ranking the Creatures albums, including the EPs.
Oh,
Well,
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't leave them out. I didn't want to leave them out, so
yeah. I don't have a lot of Creatures albums. Certainly don't have much in the way of the EPs. So
I've got the one album,
which is it Feast?
Feast, yeah.
Yeah. I think that was their biggest one, wasn't it?
Yeah, their debut actual proper album, wasn't it? Feast.
Yeah.
I've got Animus, the Latin sounding one, Animus something. Got that. I had that on cassette, so I transferred it onto a CD before the tape walked.
I've got the Wild Things EP. I've got 2 copies of that as well.
Right.
Just because I like the cover so much. It was like kind of my fantasy, being in a shower with Susie, pouring wine over ourselves. I've asked the missus to sort of recreate that cover. I showed it to her. I said, I've got an idea for a video recreating album covers. She said, which one do you want to do? So I made the mistake. I showed you that first. She said, put it away.
Oh,
please don't. Dave's just put it. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah.
Yes, I think that was everyone's of a certain age, Stevie. That was everyone's fantasy to recreate that EP cover.
Yeah.
She was.
Maybe that's something that we should all do. Find an album that we can recreate the cover of
realistically.
Realistically.
I could have done that one about 20 years ago, but not now.
Do you know what? When I was on Yes Tour, I had a photo of the cover on my phone. So let's go and find the formation of the Stones, the actual one that's on the cover. Couldn't find it for love nor money. What I suspect they did. There's another tour because that Yes Tour is like the second highest tour on Dartmoor, and you can see about 300 yards away. There's the highest one. It's another one. I think they actually shot it over there, not on the Yes Tour itself. Because I walked all the way around it, and there's like the different rock formations, and nowhere can you find that. You know, it wouldn't have changed that much. I wouldn't have thought. You know. Anyway, that's just a bit of trivia.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this, Mike. Dave just found that Anima Animus was later held by P.J. Harvey, who selected it in her top 10 albums of 1999.
Well, there you go. There you go then. And I mean,
have we lost Martin and we keep losing Rommel?
He said he was off. He said he's going because he keeps cutting out.
Oh, sorry, Martin.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. I mean, it's quite windy tonight as well. I don't know if it's atmospherics or anything. It is here.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter's meant to be coming up to see us tonight from London, and a train should have got in about 10:15. Now it's looking like 11:15, and it'll probably be even later by the time it gets there.
Yeah, if it's on the East Coast, it will. They've got this habit of their wires of coming down.
That's right. Yeah, and then if the wires don't come down, they restrict the speed to about 30 miles an hour, don't they?
Or there's a rogue empty crisp packet on the line, and they've got to cancel all the trains.
Yeah, well, it's down the lanes, isn't it?
There's a pack of quavers that brought the train to us.
I mean, I spent what 13 years working on the railway, and if the wires, you got the West Coast and East Coast both electrified, and the wires came down on the East Coast more than they did on the West Coast. Always round Peterborough for some reason.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to Peterborough? Let's face it.
Well, it's just a station between London and Leeds.
Yeah, with trains to London. sorry, Peterborough. Yeah.
I've got friends in Peterborough, you cheeky bugger.
Yeah, sorry, no, the wonderful people in Peterborough. I don't think I've ever been to Peterborough. So,
I've been a few times.
Yeah, I've been. The cathedral's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I've actually been in there for a service. Very nice.
Are you?
Yeah, very, very quaint. Yeah, Martin's having problems with his broadband. I mean, Dave's having problems. Ramon's having problems. So it's only us four guys.
Yeah.
We got no Michael today, so that's a plus.
No. So, I was watching the thing on the news at lunchtime, and they were talking about the battle to be the Christmas #1.
No, God.
And it was sort of bloody Mariah Carey again, or Wham, who were apparently favourites. Last Christmas's favourite, and it all seems to be to do with the sort of the way they do the charts now with downloads. And so whenever anybody wants Christmas, whenever anybody wants a Christmas tune on Spotify, Last Christmas comes up as the sort of the first choice apparently. And then there's that guy who was who did Eurovision, Sam something with the long hair.
Sam Ryder.
Sam Ryder. Yeah. And I was waiting for another band to be mentioned because they should be #1.
Slade?
No.
Oh.
Sleaford Mods. 12-inch single, and it's a charity, folks. All proceeds go to shelter. So
is that a cover of Pet Shop Boys?
It's Pet Shop Boys. So we've got.
Is that Sleaford Mods?
That's Sleaford Mods, yeah.
I meant to ask you. I know you're a bit of. I don't mind a bit of them. Which album is Kebab Spiders on?
I think that might have been Eaten Alive. I'll let you know in a sec.
Yeah, that's probably my favourite tune by them.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I'll let you know in a sec. Anyway, this has got 5 versions of West End Girls on it. So you've got a clean version, a dirty version, a Pet Shop Boys remix, a Hi-Fi Sean remix, and extended network remix. So the dirty version is definitely the best one. But all in a good cause, and it will be an antidote to Mariah Carey and Wham.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to see more of Billy No Mates.
Of course, they need these quality bands putting out Christmas stuff. Anyway, updating the voting. It is 26-16 to New Order at the moment, with both combined community and in the stream.
Ooh, yeah. There you go, Nick. It is. It's eaten alive. It's got kebab spiders on. I was right.
Why? Yeah.
I'll have to have a look out for that one then.
Ian, will there be any sort of wild cards allowed for entry in the next round?
No.
Because we should have Power, Corruption and Lies as a wild card, I think.
No, not this time round. We might do for when we do another one. But Martin's come up with the best number one. Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was all a bit contrived though, wasn't it? But yeah.
They stopped X Factor, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, talking of Christmas number ones, on Saturday, Richard and myself will be doing like a Christmas video, but it's going to be number ones that have nothing to do with Christmas, but we're actually at number one on Christmas Day. So
Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall.
Yeah, that'll be. I'm sure that'll be in there somewhere.
I heard you talking about Lieutenant Pigeon.
Yes.
Wasn't the keyboard player? Wasn't that one of them's mom that was dragged in?
That was the lead singer's mum.
That's right. Yeah.
I love that record. I really do.
It is a brilliant record.
I remember it. I was 5, and it's just that. No,
yeah.
As a 5-year-old, I would go around saying that. So that's how much influence that song had on me.
I'm surprised he's never had a Christmas number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolute legend, isn't it?
Look at this record hound is absolutely on the ball here. Hilda Woodward, which is Rob Woodward, is the son. Yeah.
Yep.
She was a jazzed up. Who was the other famous sort of thing at the time? Mrs. Mills.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was good old sort of pub piano, wasn't it?
Yeah. The original pub rock.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's still shopping. Last time I was in a pub in London, there was an old boy playing the piano, and people, it was just all any old iron and all that sort of thing.
Roll out the barrel.
Yeah.
I'm Henry the Eighth. I am Henry the Eighth. I am.
What was amazing? There was people of all ages singing. I think the alcohol intake had a lot to do with it, but it was nice to see different generations of people just getting sloshed and singing a good old songs.
Yeah,
which is what it's all about. Anyway, I'm going to do a bit of plugging now for next week. Bear with me while I bring this up, if I can find it. There we go. We're not having it's a live stream, but it's going to be the bit in the middle party, a party between Christmas and New Year, where hopefully we'll have people popping in and out. I know Richard McCook's coming, and we might have a very special guest star if they can find the time.
Is there a stripper?
No, you are getting a bit of a pop quiz.
Oh,
you say there's a bit of a star coming. Is that a celebrity of some sort? Or?
No, it's someone that someone within a YouTuber creator that said that they would pop in and say hello and wish everyone a happy new year.
I see.
And thank you for their support and wishes and thoughts over the last few months. So you know who it may be, those that are in the know. But obviously it all depends on a lot of things with that one. But hopefully, yes, looks like Ramon's having the problem. So no problem, mate. Lovely to see you. So that's what's happening next week. There will be a sort of a same sort of thing, but a little bit more thing. So bring a pint and a party hat and a mince pie. It's not. So I'm not. On Saturday is my last sort of video until Wednesday. So even I'm going to have a break. Although I've done stuff to put out my 101 albums. The Rob Walker set. Now I don't know where Rob Walker is. Is he? He's not even been in tonight. Rob Walker.
Nice.
I don't know. I can't see any comments. All I see is what you put up.
Oh, should be up on the thing. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's still waffling on in mine. I think it's on your setup, Nick.
No, probably.
Yeah, so if there's anyone else that wants to come and join the throng here, you're more than welcome.
Also, has anybody got any Suji Quattro albums?
No, I've got a CD. I had a CD, but I'm on the hunt for some.
Because I've got a chance to get in some Japanese ones.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, go for it, mate.
I've never. All I know is the odd 7-inch single buyer, which I Can the Can, 48 Crash, Devilgate Drive. But I didn't. One of them's a greatest hits type album. The other one's called Agrophobia, I think. I think there's one called Your Mother Wouldn't Like This. And I think there's a self-titled one, but I thought somebody here might have one of them.
She made. I'm sure Dave will find out for me. Although he can't get on here, he's still in the doing what he does good.
Yeah, I've got a thing for Japanese records at the minute with the writing on and the Obi strip and all that.
Yeah.
They're dirt cheap. They're coming. If I do get one, it'll come from Japan. But I've never heard any of her albums in the past. Only the odd, notable single. And I thought, well, somebody's bound to have one.
No,
I don't know why I haven't really, because I feel it ought to now.
I think the reason is, Mike, when she was big, we were a lot younger and didn't have as much money, so we tended to buy her singles, didn't we?
Well, yeah, I mean, I bought the singles. This was sort of like mid-70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but over the years, I would have thought I would have picked up an album or two, but I haven't. Anyway, Nick, was it you that was telling us a few weeks ago that customer service from Japan was absolutely brilliant for some of
In
these
my
albums?
experience, yeah.
Yeah. You can sort of understand that. There's something about sort of Japanese culture, isn't there? That they're not gonna let people down.
No. I've got some more records come in from Japan this week. And again, one week from ordering them and paying for them on Discogs to them getting to my house. And some of the British sellers, I'll get stuff off of them, and sometimes it can take up to 3 weeks to sodding well get from up north down to Northamptonshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah, I don't know if you was on the week I showed this, Nick.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, I got that at the Six Fields record.
Oh yeah,
The other Sunday. Yeah, paid a £5 for that.
but has it got the inner sleeve and that? Yeah, yeah,
First thing I checked.
yeah. I've got that. I've got that one. I've got the picture disc version. There was also another version released that had a song book with it and photos. They released a whole load of Toya albums with these song books in and all that.
See, I love this.
Yeah.
And you get the all the lyrics in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's on the Safari label as well.
Yeah,
so
Safari. Yeah, that's the one she's most known for.
that's one of my favourite back cover pictures ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a good crowd at the one at the Six Fields like the last time they had it on a Sunday, considering it was absolutely peeing of rain.
It's free to get in as well, isn't it?
It's a really nice bunch. I saw a couple of people I knew in there. The guy that's got his little shop up in Northampton.
Is there a lot of sellers there?
Yeah, there was. It was you in the little, without having that little bar room. The whole near the bar was all one side of that in the corners were full. Down the middle, both sides, there was a trellis full of records. Round the outside, there were loads. There was one bloke though. He was asking too much for stuff, and I thought you're never going to shift it.
No.
Yeah.
You know, a Beatles single, 50 quid.
Oh,
Yeah. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
there's a lot of people trying stuff on now, isn't there? Really?
Yeah. The thing that made me really laugh recently, Stevie, was that copy of Abbey Road that was locked in a cabinet with all the antiques.
I know, 150 quid.
I
They look
just thought,
knackered.
what are they doing?
Trying it on is what they're doing. You know.
Yeah.
Like searching for that holiday maker that doesn't really know their records, but thinks, well, if it's priced that,
If it's locked in a cupboard, it must be valuable.
yeah, people think, well, it must be worth that if the price is on it. It's like eBay. People just try it on, don't they?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
absolutely. Yeah. I just
trying to
read
think.
this out. I think that's a few months ago at Leeds.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, sheep farming in Barnet.
Yeah, that's the next one I want to get. I've got this.
I'd like to
I want to collect Toya albums.
Yeah,
That Mike, that started off as an EP.
I know.
70.
I know. My brother had the EP.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
they upgraded it to an album.
Yeah, because the cover was the same, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how they got the name for that?
No.
They were travelling out of London. I think they were just about to head up the A1 or something like that. And they drove past a bit of land in between some houses, and there's some goats or sheep in there. And I think it was somebody's sort of small holding.
Right.
And one of the members of the band said, "Oh, sheep farming in Barnet," and that's how they got the name. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because it bears no relation to anything else, does it? Oh, the album.
No,
Yeah.
but that's taken at some sort of military installation up north somewhere.
That's that's up near me. Up in North Yorkshire. It's just up the road from Harrogate. Yeah, it's one of these US spy bases.
Yeah. They literally had to sneak onto there, get the pictures taken quick and quickly do a bunk to get out,
That's
before
right,
they were caught. But they literally were sort of caught. They were chased off.
Yeah.
They've got one of those in Bude. It's a listening station. The domes and whatnot in the distance, which is a bit strange if you're on the beach.
Yeah, I mean they're known locally as the golf balls.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a similar place in Oxfordshire at one of the US air bases. I can't remember where it is. All I remember
Crowton.
I can't remember.
RAF Crowton.
That's it. Because when we used to drive, because we used to go on holiday down to Christchurch and Bournemouth and around there. Obviously, we went that way. You always see these big golf balls at an air base.
Yeah.
That's where that American lady ran the kid over on his motorbike and killed him.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been on the airbase. I've delivered there, and I used to deliver palletfuls of British beer, and the Americans, they can't get enough of it. They literally can't, and I used to have to pull up to the gatehouse, present me papers and documents and all that crap and ID. They'd come out of the gatehouse, and you're talking kids, teenagers with pistols in holsters, and some of them are right fat old dumplings. They couldn't, no wonder they need a gun, because they couldn't fucking chase after you and catch you. And they'd open up the back of the lorry, and in there are these big pallets full of bottles of British sort of craft beers. And they'd come and shake my bloody hand and thank me.
I had a very similar sort of a story. When I worked in learning disabilities, I did a lot of sports, and I think RAF Mildenhall organised this Olympics because they had a running track and all that. And we got invited through another day centre that we had contacts with. And they said, when you come, can you bring some British beer? So what was this? Just bring some, I said, because I can't get it, because you're literally stepping into America.
Yeah.
So all you're going to get is Budweiser. And I went, oh dear. So we went, because we had a social bar, I just phoned up my guy and I says, we've got really good credit. I says, can I have the red light? He said, yeah, no problem. So we loaded it up, and when we pulled in the thing, I said to the guy, bloke on the thing, I said, we ran down the window and went, we've got a delivery as well. Oh, let me just come and check. He opened up the back door and he went, yeah, go straight up there. And we walked in, we got to the thing, and there was a bloke on the door. How much do we owe you? And I says, about 200 quid. We brought 200 quid worth of beer with us. And he just gave me 200 quid cash, like that. Bang. Thank you very much. And then they were selling it at an extortionate price to the servicemen. As imported British beer.
Yeah.
But the Yanks couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, these bases, these US bases, they have, their own supermarkets and everything, don't they?
Yeah.
Nearly everything is imported from the States.
Yeah, that was us going into them supermarkets, getting peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
They also had a British sort of themed pub on the airbase at Crowton, and it's the most tackiest 70s sort of old tack. It was called the Shepherd's Rest, and it was all full of bloody horse brasses and brass bedpans on the bloody walls and horses, country horse hunting, sort of scenes. It was, they got no idea what a British pub, in the modern sort of era is like.
Yeah. I mean, they think we're all members of the aristocracy, don't they? You know, and we all talk like Hugh Grant.
Yeah, the other
But
one is Irish theme.
Nice people, though. Nice, lovely people. But
Yeah.
Yes, Irish themed pubs. You go in them and there's newspaper on all the ceilings and again chat. And I've drank in a lot of pubs in Ireland, and I've never been in one yet that's got newspaper on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I have been into this bizarre one in County Kildare. I don't know if it's still there now, but it's called Roaches, and it was in the middle of a peat bog, and it was sinking. It's probably, this was in the 90s, so it probably doesn't exist now. But it was the most rough. It was, you must have heard the expression on a Sunday morning, they don't clean, they just open the doors and get a hose pipe and hose pipe it down. It looked at the car seats as seats, but I've never had the best pint of Guinness I've ever had in there. In Ireland, it was absolutely spot on. And then the other tale was, in them days, that it was strict closing time on Sundays. Come to 3 o'clock, was still drinking, and all better drink up. Now we're all right. And all of a sudden, a guard pulled. Oh shit! They come in, and the landlord goes, "Do you want your usual Michael?" His name was. I had 2 pints of Guinness, and they were in their uniforms, caps, drinking Guinness. This was in the middle of nowhere in County Kildare. That's one of my fond memories. Anyway, on that note, I think because we've had technical problems all night, I think this is a good time to.
Can I show you a couple of records I bought?
First.
Yeah, go on.
Definitely.
All right, we'll have another quiz on this one. See if you can you name the artist of this LP?
That's a difficult one. Yeah.
It's very, very cheap, $2.99 because of the cover. So there's a bit of slight bit of damage on the cover.
What's the vinyl like?
It's absolutely spotlessly
Brilliant.
clean. This one, $6.99, bit of undertones.
Oh, brilliant!
Oh yeah, that is good.
So hadn't got that one, so managed to get that for $6.99. Couple here for. Let's see if we can guess these. So some singles. Any idea of that single?
No.
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
Ah.
I think that's an early one, isn't it? Because it's like Mute 7.
1982, 83.
Yeah. So that's 99p. Pep Shop Boys Opportunities.
Yeah, good.
So that's 99p. I thought it was quite good. Let's see if Nick can get this one.
Night the Work, Rest and Play EP. Night Boat to Cairo.
Night Boat to Cairo,
yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
You'll like this one. This is the back of it. $1.99 picture disc.
Oh yeah.
It's not House of Fun, is it?
It is House of Fun.
Yeah. I've got it as well.
Yeah.
Animal Farm.
I like driving in my car.
I love that.
Yeah, I had a bit of criticism in the week. Somebody saying that I was sort of taking the piss too much, but I did, and they said I should be more audiophile. Can you believe that? So I've got for that person, I've got a box set here. It's quite. Do you know the artist Beck?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is for this person. It's a very expensive box set. It's a 2-disc set, very heavy. Now, I don't know if you know Beck had a quite a sort of quiet. He's quite sporting, loves tennis. He had a kind of very good friendship with was it Bjorn Borg, the tennis player?
He did,
and he did a few tracks with him, sort of because he likes monkeying around in the studio. So Beck did these things, and they had the tracks parts, and then Beyond Borg wanted to sort of name them about tennis sort of terms like volley and service. So they compromised, right? So I've got this box set. It's very, very expensive, £75. Borg and Beck service parts.
Oh, very nice.
And it's more than 180 grams. It's a 2-disc set. So here we are. So this is the there's the 2-disc set. Oh, sorry, my mistake. It's actually a clutch kit for a Fiat Doblo. So sorry, that was the.
Is that your clutch set?
That's a clutch that didn't fit the flywheel in my car, so now I'm stuck with it because the clutch kit was replaced, but unbeknown to me, they replaced the flywheel as well. So we had to buy a new flywheel and a new clutch kit at great expense. So if anybody wants a clutch kit,
is that industrial music or is it heavy metal?
Yeah. I think it's kind of industrial. Yeah, heavy industrial. It's very heavy.
Heavy industrial music. Anyway, Dave's just told me the pub I went in called Roaches in Nass is still open, so it hasn't sunk. That's good news. Anyway,
I'll quickly show these if Steve stopped.
Yeah.
I was saving these for a video, but Mike brought up the Japanese pressings.
Oh,
yeah.
Very nice. So you've got all Japan on this.
I won't fetch them out the sleeves. I'll save it for when I do the video. Can you guess who these are?
Sugoi desu ne. It's not the Pogues, is it?
No, they did a song about a very famous church building.
Winchester Cathedral.
Yeah, the new vaudeville band.
Ah, yeah. Wow.
Looks like a knitting something that my nan had in her Woman's Weekly.
It's Dusty Springfield.
I know it's Dusty Springfield, but it just looks like an advert for a knitting.
And finally, one album. I wasn't going to show these. I was saving these for a video.
99 nothing waffle.
Oh,
Nina.
Yeah.
Nina, yeah.
All of these.
Nina Luftballon or something.
All Japanese pressings. You've got the Obi strip on here and inserts. The vinyl was all as clean as a whistle. You can pick these up for £3 to £5 each.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What shipped from where though?
Japan.
And how much is the shipping, may I ask?
I think it was about 20. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly. I think it was about 20 quid.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, £20 for something to get from Japan to here. How can you moan at that?
Yeah.
Well, what we should do, I don't know if you're aware, because Mr. Ricefields, Michael, he's doing this thing. He's got this project with remote access, where a buyer goes in with the software, and somebody else is sort of watching through the camera and says, "Have a look at this bin, have a look at that," and then sort of it's like a pick your own, like a supermarket pick your own, but with record shops. But we could all club in and do that, and then he could post us, whatever.
All right.
Get the postage or something.
So that could be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, that would be really good.
I know he's got a video coming. He's very excited about it. It's probably why he's not here now. He's probably feverishly editing or something.
Yeah.
Which is why I mentioned the Susie Quattro albums, because they're from the same seller as I got them by, and they're dirt cheap as well.
Yeah.
To look into. Anyway, I suppose we better do the thumbnail.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm going to show a bit of purple. I like that one. So there. Thank you very much. Well, it's just the last one before Christmas. I'm sure myself and the wonderful panel would wish to rush.
Do we start singing carols now?
Oh.
No. next week, I think, when we've had a couple of beers.
Can I just say, if anybody wants to buy that clutch kit, it fits a Fiat Doblo, a Punto, and an Alfa Romeo. So get in touch, please.
Nah, no good to me, mate. I've got a Citroen
Sorry.
Picasso.
Right. Okay. Sorry, carry on.
I'd love to wish everybody a very happy Christmas, whatever you're doing. And a special thought for Martin, who's going to be probably his own. So send him lots of love and wishes on Christmas. And thank you very much for everyone. And thank you much, guys. It's been a strange one tonight with broadband going down everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thanks for having us on, Ian.
oh, it's always a pleasure.
Peace on earth and all that malarkey.
Yeah, so we'll see you all next week.
Okay. Bye, folks.
Yeah. Cheerio.
Bye.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah.
Same to you.
Next week.
You and yours.
Bye.
Yeah.
See you next week.